All right, so here's the basics of power chords, how this works. So it helps to know what your strings are, what the string names are, and what the individual notes are on the frets. You pretty much have to know that in order for power chords to work. Otherwise, it's a lot of really difficult memorization. So let's start with your sixth string, the low E. So lowest one on there. And then what you will do is, if you can count up uh, your scale from E, then you'll be able to find any note on your frets. So E, there's no E sharp, so it goes straight to F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and then your double dots is back to E again. So once you do that, then you can go to the A string, your fifth string. So that's this guy right here. And so A is open, A sharp or B flat, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, no E sharp, so back to F, F sharp, G, G sharp, and then your double dots is the octave, you're back to A again. So that's the basic thing that you've got to know, and you can kind of find your way around. It's also good to kind of know where your dots are on your guitar. So, third fret has a dot, fifth, seventh, ninth, and then your 12th, and that'll help you kind of find your way around as well. So for the song, well, okay, before I get to the song, what you'll want to know next is how to make a basic power chord. So all it really is you find any note on your sixth string. Let's take G. G is the third fret. Nice easy one. And then you'll come down a string on your A string and then up 2 frets. So your fifth fret on the fifth string. So there's your G, and then a D ends up being on that one. But that together makes a nice crunchy chord, and that's what you want. So that is the root of all the power chords. You can do power chords a few different ways. You can use your 1 and 3 fingers. Let's see if I can get this to where it... There we go. So all I'm doing is I'm just hitting these 2 strings, kind of letting this finger rest just a little bit on the rest of them, so it mutes them. Because you don't want to have all of them play. It ends up sounding like that, which is too much. All you want to hear are those 2 lowest strings. And it gives you a great sound. All right, so you can use your 1 and your 3, or you can use 1 and 4. You may want to use 1 and 4 if you're just getting started, because it's a little bit easier of a reach. And we're gonna do some things where you're going to need to reach just a little bit more. All right, so the song, "We Are the Champions." It's all power chords. It's pretty simple, but it's a lot of memorization. It's gonna take some doing, because you're not gonna do any just plain open chords on this. So where you'll come in, most of it is piano during the verses, and then it starts to build toward the chorus. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share. And then right there on share is an E flat. So where's an E flat? You could come all the way up to here, but that's a long way to reach, and it's your chances of getting it wrong in the dark are very high. So I'd find the E flat instead right here on the 6th fret on the A string. I keep twisting the wrong way, sorry. So E flat, 6th fret on the A string. That's what that sounds like. And so if you remember, the way to make the rest of the power chord is you come down to your next string and up 2 frets. So there you are on your 6th and 8th frets, if you can see that. And those are the only 2 strings I'm going to play. You don't want to play your low E anymore, because he no longer applies. You only want to play your A string and your D string. There you go. And you can kind of let your fingers rest on there to make sure that you don't end up playing something you don't want. So, how to play the rest of the song? Okay, because the very next chord is a B flat over D. So to play a B flat over D, it starts to get a little bit tricky. You're already on a B flat right there. So to get the D, you then move your E flat, which is this note right here on your 6th fret, down to there. So now you've reached just a little bit farther. If you can see, you're now on your 6th fret of the D string and your 5th fret of the A string. And it sounds like that. It's a little bit funkier, but it makes for a nice walk. So if you can hear that difference there. And then you'll move down to your C minor. With power chords, you don't have to worry about major and minor. They're all the same. Just all you need to know is the root. So where is C? Let's count our way up. So we're on the A string. There's our open A, B flat, B, and there's C. There's our C minor. It's just C, but we're calling it C minor because that's what it is in the song. But it's neither major nor minor. So all that together, there's our E flat, B flat over D, and C. So it's a nice little walk to go down that scale. Then it goes to the F. Where's F? Very easy one. He's right there on the first fret of your 6th string. And there he is. And then B flat is right across the way, up on the 1st fret of the A string. And you'll hold that. It's on and on and on and on. And then there's your C. That's your next chord. And you'll hold that C just for a second, quick passing, until we get into the chorus, and which goes right back to F again. We are the champions. And then A minor. So where's A? So E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A on the 5th fret. There's our A minor. Then D is right across from him on the 5th fret of the A string. And again, if you've already got these memorized, it really helps. But if not, you can find them pretty quick. So D is, if you forget where he is, A, B flat, B, C, C sharp, D. So A minor, D minor. They're right next to each other. It's a nice, easy way to pass between them. Let's see. So all that together, we are the champions. F to A to D minor. We've already talked about B flat and C. B flat is up here on the 1st fret of the A string, and then C on the 3rd, and then back down to F on the E string, so your 6th string, 1st fret. We'll keep on fighting. There's your A minor again, to the end. B flat, this B flat might be easier to hit right here, because it's just right next door. And then D over F sharp. To get a D over F sharp, this is another one of those stretchy guys. So you could play a regular D, but it's not going to sound the same. We want one that's a little bit gnarlier sounding. So your D is here, F sharp is way down here. So what it ends up looking like is that 5th fret pinky, 1st fret F sharp, and then that sets you up also nicely to get to your G minor, which is just right next door. And all you'll do is slide your 1st finger right up to the G. So there's a D sharp, D over F sharp, up to G minor, and then B flat minor, and then the next chord looks a little weird. It's a B flat diminished chord. And the way you play that is to diminish a chord. You take the 5th down, you flat the 5th, and so to flat the 5th, that's where your pinky finger is. So we'll flat him by just smooshing him down 1 fret, and that sounds nice and nasty. I love that. So that sounds, to hear what that sounds like, we are the champions, we are the champions. And then back down to F, no time for losers. Oh, and losers is another E flat over G. A quick, easy way to find those slashy chords like that is when you're looking at them, just take whatever that 2nd chord is, the one after the slash. So in this case, it's a G. We know where G is. He's on the 3rd fret. And then instead of making a standard power chord, just slide that pinky up, and then you got him. There's your E flat over G. Sounds pretty gross, but I like it. And then that same position applies for your D over F sharp, because he's right here. There's your D, there's your F sharp. There was another one. Oh, B flat over D. So where that guy is, he ended up being up here, but same thing. D is on the bottom, and then you just reach that pinky up just a little bit more, and there's your B flat over D. So anyway, back to what we were talking about. There's our F, and then a big stretch, which sets you up nicely to get to that A flat 6, which is for you is just an A flat, B flat, and then C, on the world, and then you're back down to F. You hold it, and that's it. That's the whole song. So it's it seems like, or that's not the whole song, but that's all you really need to know. I know. Yeah, and it's a lot. There's a lot going on there, but I think you'll get used to it, especially as you start learning to slide those fingers around. You'll get you'll get comfy with it. So I'm gonna play the whole thing for you real fast so you can see what it sounds like. Uh, I've had my share of sand kicked my face, but I've come through. It goes on and on and on and on. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. And that's it. Good luck.